I am a loser. I don't even think I could do that right. I think it's actually this way. Right? Oh God, I can't even do that right. I am a loser, and I've been a loser my whole life, and I'm okay with that. Youngest of 4, the first one, very, very smart. The second one, very good looking. The third one, incredibly talented. And then I came. And I think they just ran out of gifts, I guess. So I got to be good at losing. And at school too, I was good at losing in school too. So I wasn't smart enough to fit in with those kids. And I wasn't athletic enough to fit in with those kids. And I wasn't cool enough to fit in with those kids. So I just got to be good with losing. And so as I grew up, I decided, to embrace what I was good at, and I decided to embrace losing. So I purposefully would set out to do things that I wasn't very good at. And I became really good at not being really good. So not too long ago, I had this great idea. It was a brilliant idea. Have you ever had a brilliant idea? Yeah. And I had this brilliant idea that I was going to do a triathlon, which was not really that brilliant because, well, anybody can run. But, I run so slow that the race walkers would walk quicker than me. And if I just rode my bike around the block, my butt was hurting for a week. But the biggest problem with my brilliant idea was that I could not swim. Well, not only could I not swim, I couldn't put my head underwater without plugging my nose, which is really embarrassing when you're an adult. Really embarrassing. Nonetheless, I had this idea that I was going to do a triathlon. So first of all, I needed to learn to swim. So I decided I would learn to swim in a nice, pristine pool. And it wasn't really that bad. In fact, I realized that I could swim. I could swim if I had on a face mask and a snorkel and fins. I could actually swim. So I was like, this is not going to be a problem at all. I'm going to go in this triathlon, and I'll just wear this stuff, and I'll do it. And I was telling somebody this, and they're like, I don't think you could go into a triathlon with a snorkel. And I was like, well, why not? So I decided I'd phone the Triathlon Association. I was like, hey, I'm going to do my first triathlon. I just want to confirm that it's not a problem if I bring my goggles and snorkel and my fins. And it's just silence on the phone. I'm like, hello? Ma'am, you cannot bring your goggles and snorkel and fins to the triathlon. It's a race. It's like, no. It's not a race. Like, I don't want to go in a race. I just want to go in an event. My goal is just to finish upright and smiling. That is my goal. I said, okay, well, I don't really need the fins, but I really need the stuff like over my nose. He said, ma'am, you can wear goggles. Goggles are not going to help me. Nonetheless, I spent that entire summer swimming, learning to swim. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. And I had 2 kids who were lifeguards, and they were going to teach me. And I had one that was like, good for you, Mom. Good. Just try again. Just blow bubbles underwater. And the other was like, put your head under the water. Let's go. So nonetheless, I semi-quasi learned to swim, sort of dog paddle-ishy. And I biked and I ran, and they do this thing called brick training, which is when you do 2 things one on top of each other. So you'd bike and then swim and then run and then bike and combine those things. So by the time this event came, I was pumped. I was ready to go. I go to the event, and unfortunately, I forgot my swimsuit. But no worry, I had my bathing suit. It was a pretty little skirt kind of floral thing happening. And I didn't really have the top matching, but I had a nice coral sport bra, so I had that on. But it never crossed my mind that it wouldn't be a beautiful day. I just assumed it would be a beautiful day, and the lake would be calm, and the sun would be shining, and it would be marvelous. But when I got there, it was friggin' cold. It was the coldest day on record for their August triathlon. And there were white caps on the lake. It was awful. And I was freezing in my coral sport bra and So somebody lent me their brown lumber jacket to wear over top. And then they give you a skull cap with the number, and picture it, it's lime green. Now, some women, like that table of beauties over there, could get away with a lime green skull cap and look good. Clearly, I cannot. So picture it, lime green skull cap, numbers, coral bra, brown lumber jacket, floral skirt. I hadn't really planned that everyone else in a triathlon, because I'd never been to one before, they look like triathletes. They're all like long and lean, and they wear, what are they called? Wetsuits. Oh, wetsuits. And all their bikes, they have like little skinny, mini, little itty bitty tires. I had like my mountain bike. Somebody bikes up beside me and they're like, so how's it going on the mountain bike? I'm like, no, this is my road bike. Like I left my mountain bike at home. This is my half-breed thing. Anyway, so I see these white caps and I have what is my first and only in my whole entire life panic attack. I am freaking out. And I don't want to do this anymore. I'm afraid I'm going to die because of the white caps and I can't really swim. And who are we trying to kid here? Like, I can't do this. My friend who's trying to console me doesn't know what to do with me. She says, where is the other Stephanie? Where is the motivational speaker Stephanie? I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know, I just want to. And another friend brings out the video camera. And she says, Steph, tell us how you really feel. And on the camera for everyone to see is me like, I just want to go home. But right then the guns go off and everybody starts running for the lake. And you have no choice because you're all in this corral, but to go toward the lake. And so I immerse myself in the water, and there's just a flail of arms and legs, and people think this is a race. Like they're in a hurry because they. Personally, I decide, you know what? I'm just not in a hurry. You guys go right ahead, and when all the legs, the thing stops. The arms and legs stop flailing, I will enter the water. And somebody had told me, don't worry, because if you need help, you can hold on to one of the canoes, which I thought was great news. So I check with somebody. I'm like, which part of the canoe should I hold on to? And again, there was that uncomfortable silence. And they said, why would you want to hold on to the canoe? Well, if I'm tired, and I need a break, they're just like, you cannot hold on to the canoe. If you hold on to the canoe, you will be disqualified from the race. It's not a race. It's an event. You just have to finish upright and smiling. I go in the water, and everyone's going, and I'm going too, but I'm taking my time. And the canoe is very, very close to me. And I say, I'm okay. You don't have to be this close. The people in the canoe said, that's okay. We stay with the person that's last. Excellent. We get out of the water and everyone else has already slithered out of their wetsuit. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm in my coral bra and my, floral thing going on. I get on my bike. And I start riding my bike. Everybody can ride a bike. It's very hilly, but nonetheless, off I go. And then I notice a motorcycle is riding very, very close to me. And eventually I say, you don't have to stay so close. And he says, that's okay. I stay with the person that's last. Excellent. I ditch my mountain bike and now it's time for the run. Jog. They don't really use the word jog anymore much, do they? I like the word run better. I start my run. I can't see anybody behind me. I can't even see anybody in front of me. But there is a bike very, very close to me. And it's not a bike that's like biking from the triathlon part. It's the bike marshal. And I say, over my shoulder, you don't really have to stay that close. I'm fine. And he says, "That's okay, ma'am. I stay with the person that's last." Don't you think they should call it something in a different language, maybe? Like how escargot doesn't sound so bad? Like maybe somebody from a different country could offer up another word that we could use for last. Maybe. But when I finish, when I cross the line, most of the fanfare is done, and most of the volunteers have gone home. But the coach is there. And he puts the medal around my neck. And he puts the crown on my head. And he said to me these words that I will never, ever forget. He said, after I asked the question, so I guess I'm last. He said, "Stephanie, do you know what they call the person that comes in last in a triathlon? A loser?" He said, "They call them a triathlete." I am a triathlete. This is my bib from the event. And on it I wrote, "The miracle is not that I finished. The miracle is that I started." In this world, it's easy to do things that we're good at. It's easy to do things that come easily and effortlessly to us. It is easy to do things that we can win. But sometimes the biggest glory comes in doing things that are very hard and things that don't come easily and effortlessly to us. Sometimes the biggest wins come with losing.